Hello students, today we are going to read our fourth poem, How to Tell Wild Animals, written by a prolific American writer, Carolyn Wells. In this poem, How to Tell Wild Animals, the poet describes various wild animals and their qualities. So, this poem is a very beautiful poem and it tells about the strange habits and behaviors of some wild animals. The poet says that how can we recognize an Asian lion? By recognizing it as a large tawny beast with a fearful roar. A tiger has black stripes on his yellow skin and is always ready to eat his prey. A leopard has black spots on his skin. He leaps on his prey and eats it up. When we came across to a bear, it can come to human colonies. He hugs up a person and can put to even death also. A crocodile always sheds tears while eating its victim, or you can say its prey. A hyena always looks smiling. A chameleon always changes its color according to its surroundings. So, the poet expresses the strange world of some of the wild animals, and it will be very interesting to know about these animals. What are their abilities and what are their qualities to recognize them. So let us start reading the poem. This humorous poem suggests some dangerous ways to identify or tell. Here means how to tell wild animals. Here the word tell refers to the identification of the animals. How to identify wild animals. You can see that. This poem is written in humorous form, or you can say the genre of the poem is humor. This humorous means funny. Poem suggests some dangerous ways to identify wild animals. Read it aloud, keeping to a strong and regular rhythm. So let us start. If ever you should go by chance to jungles in the east, the poet says that if any time you have got a chance to go the jungles of the east, and if there should to you advance, here advance means to proceed, and you go in the depth of the jungle, or you proceed in the jungle, a large and tawny beast, you will come across a large and tawny beast. Here the word tawny means brown color, beast means animal. You will come across a large and brown color animal. If he roars at you, how will you identify that beast? If he roars at you, if that tawny beast gives us a fierce sound as you are dying, you will know it is the Asian lion, and you are to reach to death by the fierce sounds of the roar of the animal. Then you will identify it as the Asian lion. Then how will we identify the Asian lion? By the fierce roar and its brown color. We will be able to identify an Asian lion. Next, or if sometime when roaming around a noble wild beast greets you, or when sometime we roam around. Here roam means wander around in a circle, then we come across a noble wild animal who welcomes us. Greets means welcome. With black stripes on a yellow ground. Here ground means body. When we saw the black strips or lines on the skin of a yellow color animal, just notice. If he eats you, then you are to give a notice if he wants to eat you. This simple rule may help you learn the Bengal tiger to discern. Then how will we come to know that it is a Bengal tiger? When there are stripes, black lines on the yellow skin of the animal, and when we glance at him, at the same time he jumps on us to eat us, then this is the rule to identify a Bengal tiger. He wants to eat us. In this stanza, the poet wants to say that what you do if you see a wild animal with black strips on yellow body. If he starts eating you, then you can be sure that it is a tiger. But it is better not to wait to be a tiger's lunch to identify it. Now let us take the next stanza. If strolling forth means walking forward, a beast you view, an animal you see, whose hide with spots is peppered. Hide means here skin of the animal, spots means marks, is peppered. Peppered means sprinkled, or like the spreading of the water drops. As soon as he has leapt on you, leapt means jumped, you will know it is the leopard. So how will we identify a leopard? When we walks forth in the jungle and we see that there is an animal whose skin is full of spots like pepper, then if this animal, until he leaps on us, we can't recognize it. So if the animal leaps on us, then we should identify it as the leopard. That will do no good to roar with pain. He will only leap and leap again. So there will be no matter how hard you cry on seeing this animal, it will continue powering on you. There will be no roaring of pain. He will only lap and lap again. He will continue his powering on you, and he will be jumping continuously on you. Then that will be the leopard. So students, how strange their ways, the animals' ways to identify them, and how strange is their behavior to a person. So there is a humorous touch in the poem given by the poet. Let us see the next stanza. If when you are walking round your yard, you meet a creature there. The poet says that when you will be walking in your courtyard, you will meet a creature there who hugs you very, very hard. Be sure it is a bear. The poet wants to tell us that how can we recognize a bear. If this creature wants to hug you and it hugs you very, very tightly, then you are to be sure that it is a bear. If you have any doubts, I guess he will give you just one more kiss. Kiss means loving touch. So here the poet wants to tell us that if we have any doubt about the bear by his hard hug, then the poet thinks that if you face any doubt, then he will give you a loving touch once more, and the loving touch uh, will be enough to identify that animal. Though, to distinguish beast of prey. Distinguish means differentiate. The poet wants to tell here that how can we distinguish the beast of prey, the hunting animals. A novice might nonplus. Here the word novice means beginner. Nonplus means confuse or puzzle. The crocodile you always may tell from the hyena thus. Hyenas come with merry smiles, but if they weep, they are crocodiles. Here the poet wants to tell the difference between the crocodile and hyena. Hyena is from the animals of the dog's kind, or you can say from the dog's breed. There is a little difference between the crocodile and hyenas to identify them. If hyenas smiles while eating its prey, then it is hyena, and if the animal sheds tear while eating his prey, then it will be crocodile. So it's a very easy way to find or to differentiate between the crocodile and hyenas. What did hyenas do when he eats his prey? He smiles, and crocodiles shed tears while eating their prey. So this is very easy way to identify the crocodile and hyenas. In this stanza, the poet also wants to say that some animals are very famous for their weird or strange behavior. For example, a laughing hyena's voice resembles humans' laughing sound. A crocodile is said to shed tears while eating its prey. So we should not wait for a hyena to laugh or for a crocodile to weep. We should immediately recognize them. In the last stanza, the true chameleon is small, a lizard sort of thing. What kind of a thing is chameleon? It is a small lizard kind of thing. He hasn't any ears at all and not a single wing. What are the characteristics of a chameleon? He has not any ears and he has no any wing also. If there is nothing on the tree, this is the chameleon you see. The chameleon is known for hiding his body because it transforms its colors. This capacity of camouflage helps the lizard in saving it from hunters. The poet says that a chameleon or garden lizard is an expert at changing its color. You cannot identify by seeing the color of this animal on the tree. It is able to change its color, or you can say it is very skillful in the art of camouflage. So here the poet tells us the various ways of identifying any wild beast. So this poem is very humorous in nature. It tells us about the strange and weird behaviors and characteristics of the wild animals. Here the poet tells us The ways of identifying 7 animals in this poem: the Asian lion, the Bengal tiger, the leopard, the bear, the hyena, the crocodile, and chameleon. So I think you have understood the poem completely and minutely, and you will enjoy the poem while reading. So give it a silent reading also, or you can read it aloud. Both will be enjoyable for you. So thanks.